Hey YouTube, so today I am 11 weeks exactly, and I can't say this week has been terrible, but it definitely hasn't been great. I had a lot of emotional stuff go on at the beginning of the week, and I've been really lonely because of that, and I mean, it's been better the last like 2 or 3 days, but the beginning of the week was really bad. I just was sad and lonely, and I didn't even really leave my room very much. I just kind of huddled in my little corner, which is my desk and my bed, and I just didn't do anything. Except for like the stuff I absolutely had to do. Like when I had classes, I went to class, and when I had to do homework, like last minute, it's due in the morning, I would do my homework, but I just didn't have any motivation to do it. And I don't know, it was a rough early week for me. And I guess in terms of symptoms, they've been getting better. Food also during the emotional beginning part of the week was hard to like just deal with. I didn't want it. It didn't look good. I felt bad after I ate it. Pretty much no matter what it was. And I guess by the weekend that got a little bit better. And I actually was hungry, and I went out on my own to get food, which is something that I normally don't do. I normally want someone to go with me just because I don't like to eat alone. I have a weird perception of eating alone and what it's actually like and how people perceive you, and I don't know. It shouldn't matter to anyone. It definitely shouldn't matter to me, but for some reason it bothers me when I eat alone. But I've been doing a lot of that recently, so starting to get used to it. And let's see, the weirdest thing that happened symptom-wise for me this week was I had my first real, like, what I would consider a craving, considering like the last couple of weeks food has just been gross and I just haven't wanted it at all. Like this week I just wanted certain foods all the time, and I couldn't get them because they just aren't very accessible on campus, and I'd have to drive to get it, and like I said, lack of motivation, so that didn't happen. But I really have wanted what I call a spaghetti sauce sloppy joe, and the reason I call it that is because I make it from leftover spaghetti sauce. When my mom made spaghetti, she'd always make way too much sauce, so we had tons of leftover sauce and no more noodles to use it on, so a lot of times it would just get thrown away. And then at one point I was like, you know what, no, I'm not throwing this away. So I put it on some bread and I ate it, and it was the most delicious thing that I've ever had, because we make it like really chunky, so it didn't just like fall off the bread or anything. It actually stayed on pretty well, and it was really good. So I've wanted one of those for like 3 days now. I've wanted like good fried chicken and like a biscuit, like Bojangles or KFC or something. Bojangles the biscuits, KFC the chicken. I like Bojangles biscuits better than KFC biscuits, but I want like both of them. I've also wanted really good sweet tea, which is something they don't have on campus. Like, there is sweet tea, but it's just not the same. So those have been my weird cravings, I think. And I've eaten weird food combinations all week. I think it was last Friday after work. It was last Friday. I ate a salad and ice cream, like with each other. Like I had a salad and ice cream, and I was just like 3 bites of salad, a scoop of ice cream. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing that I think I've ever eaten together at the exact same time in my entire life. And that when I did that was when I discovered that the only thing that still makes me nauseous is salad. I don't know. I don't know if it's the like actual lettuce or the other stuff that's in the salad or what, but I'm beginning to think it's onions that make me really nauseous. because that salad had onions in it, and I felt terrible after eating it. It was the first thing that I'd eaten in like 2 days that made me feel that way. So but I love salad. Like, it's one of my favorite go-to things on campus because you can get it pretty much anywhere. So I definitely hope it's just the onions part of the salad. Yeah. I know that's really gross, but there was something like in between my teeth. And then I had another salad like the next day because I just couldn't resist it. But it was just like a little small Caesar salad, and that was okay. I couldn't eat all of it because it was still kind of like, but it definitely was nowhere near as bad as the one with onions on it. So I think I'm just gonna stay away from onions for a little while and see if that helps. And I think that it will, because today I had a salad for my lunch, and I ate the entire thing, and it all stayed down perfectly, and it was because it was a salad that I got to, like, pick the toppings. So I had, like, romaine lettuce, and I think it was romaine lettuce, cheddar cheese, bacon bits, craisins, and cucumbers. You only get, like, 4 toppings or something for the price that you pay. You can pay extra for 4 toppings, but I just don't want to deal with that. So those were the 4 toppings, and then I got a raspberry vinaigrette on it, and it was so good. It was so good. And it stayed down, and I ate it all, and it had protein because it did have bacon on it. So I don't know. I definitely think it was the onions more than the salad, but I'm definitely at least am hoping so because I love salad so much. Let's see. Other symptoms are, I guess just that I've been getting bigger. My pants button in the mornings uncomfortably, if that makes sense. Like, I can button my pants in the mornings when I wake up before I eat anything, and they're fine, but they leave like that itty bitty little circle indent on me, so they're getting tight in general. And by lunchtime, like after I eat lunch, and even before that, sometimes if I eat anything for breakfast, like this morning, I ate these Lucky Charms with no milk in them because I don't have a fridge, so I don't have milk. So yeah, I had not even all of it. I didn't have time because I woke up later than I wanted to. So I only ate like half of that thing of Lucky Charms, and then by the time I got to my first class, like sitting down, I'm bigger than I am standing up. So when I sat down, it hurt. So I had to unbutton my pants in class and deal with it with like my shirt covering it. And I don't think anyone really even noticed, but then almost immediately after that class, I ate that big salad, and I had to like pull my pants down lower than they're meant to be worn so that I could button them for like the rest of the day, because I didn't want to walk around with my pants unbuttoned, because that's just, someone would have said something. They would have been like, hey, your pants are unbuttoned or something like that, and then I would have had to be like, yeah, I know, thanks. So I didn't want to deal with that, so I just left them buttoned and pulled them down lower than normal, so it looked like I was sagging a little bit, but I guess whatever you have to do. And when I left my last class, I came back to my room, and I'm probably going to go out again soon to take out the trash and get dinner. But it's almost spring break. I literally have 2 more days, like today not included, because today for me class-wise is over. So 2 more days, really 1.5, because tomorrow I have classes, and 1 exam and a project to turn in, and then Friday I work until 2:30, and then I'm going home. So I'll be home Friday by probably 8, maybe earlier. Probably earlier unless there's bad traffic. So I get to have good dinner, and I get to see my family, and Saturday I'm seeing some of my friends before they go back. Well, one of them goes back to college, because her spring break was a week earlier than mine. And my friend that I'm seeing doesn't know about this whole thing, so I'm going to tell her, and I hope it goes over well. I'm not really sure. We've been friends for a long time, but we've also had like months where we didn't talk to each other because we just had those times, but she's a really good friend, and I think she'll understand. I'm just hoping she doesn't, like, freak out and put it all over the internet that, like, where my family can see it, the people in my family that I haven't told. That would be the only thing that I'm worried about with telling her. But I think that's probably about all. I'll show you my belly today. I have my pants unbuttoned right now because I'm sitting down. So let's just go on and do that, and then that'll be all for this video. And before I do that, I want to say thank you to everyone that has been watching my videos. I checked yesterday, maybe it was earlier this morning, it may have been earlier this morning, on my video manager thing, the amount of views that I had, and I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been watching and obviously following along, because the numbers on both videos are almost equal. Actually, the second one has more views than the first one, so I am so glad that I have people that are watching and hopefully learning and feeling like they have someone they can relate to. So yeah, thank you, and belly. Oh god, that stupid black thing. I know I literally complain about that in every video, and that's just because I don't cut it off before I start the video, because I can cut it off so it doesn't go to sleep like that, but I just forget. Anyway, now that's my pants button, like, flapping over there. But this is from the front. Can't really see much from the front, except I'm, like, losing my curviness. But then from the side, if I pull these down to where I was wearing them earlier, you can see I'm starting to belly. It's really, really hard, like here up to like there. So that's what's going on this week, and I'm really feeling like I'm about to explode. So I know that in the next, I think it's 2 weeks, the size the baby is now is going to double, and within the next month after that, it's going to, like, explode. So I'm expecting within the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'll be large enough to need maternity clothes, and probably large enough for people who know what I looked like before to notice, just by looking at me. So anyway, I hope all of you are having a really great day. I'm really glad to be feeling better in terms of my symptoms, and I hope that it continues to be this way, and I hope everything goes the way I expect it to when I go home. Love all of you guys so much, and blessed be.